Rubies produce a red color by chromium or aluminum oxide. Small traces may produce a pink color within the gem instead of a red. The type of corundum, which is rare minerals made up of aluminum and oxygen that are usually colorless.
Most ruby deposits are found along the southern side of the Himalayas, and the most stable form for rubies is Al2O3. On the hardness scale of Mohs, its hardness is measured at 9. Only 2 other gems are harder than rubies, which are diamonds and monazite.
The color is produced by the chromium ions replacing the aluminum ions within the gem. The color can be any shade from pinkish to purplish to brownish red based on the corundum. Similar to sapphires, due to the corundum, these gems are related.
Diamonds typically have a hexagonal shape, and they usually measure at a density between 3.97 to 4.05. And they actually have a refractive index at 1.62 to 1.77.
As stated earlier, the chemical formula is Al2O3 or aluminum oxide. The causes of the color are Cr3+ in octahedral coordination with minor contributions of V3+ and Fe3+ in octahedral.
Rubies in a pink to blood red colored variety because of the material corundum. Rubies are formed when small amounts of chromic oxide and the corundum is impure.
The crystal system is trigonal, and the habit is mainly hexagonal prisms or tables.
Where it is found, the host rocks of rubies are metamorphic dolomite marbles, gneiss, and albanite. They yield rubies such as primary
There is some
deposits
fine quality
not
rubies that are
profitable.
laying.
Rather, secondary avail deposits are worked because it is high density. Ruby is normally separated through the washing of river gravels, sand, and soil, then concentrated, and finally picked out by hand. Some fun facts that we have discovered is in ancient Indian language of Sanskrit, ruby is called Ratra, which translates as kings of precious stones. In ancient Sanskrit texts, the Bible, and other historical writings referred to the ruby as a precious gem, indicating it by the rich history and abiding appreciation of ruby gemstones. Ancient Hindus believe that making an offering of a ruby to Krishna, rebirth as an emperor, was assured. Burmese warriors also believed that rubies would make them invincible, and even inserted rubies into their skin for this purpose.
All natural rubies have imperfections in them, including color impurities and inclusions of rutile needles known as silk. Gemologists use these needle inclusions found in natural rubies to distinguish them from synthetics, simulants, or substitutes. Usually the rough stone is heated before cutting. These days, almost all rubies are treated in some form, with heat treatment being the most common practice. How it's formed. Magma in an area as well as tectonic plate interactions help create a ruby. The igneous rock and sedimentary rock and minerals under the heat of the magma or pressure causes changes within the chemistry which forms crystals that result in gems such as rubies. The word comes from the Latin word for red, rubor. Light transmittance of ruby in optical and near IR spectra. The 2 broad violet and yellow-green absorption bands and 1 narrow absorption band at the wavelength of 694 nanometers, which is the wavelength of a ruby laser.
Do not expose rubies to acid. Why? If boric acid is placed on a ruby or any acid, it can etch the surface because it is not protected like a diamond is. Fractured filled, cavity filled, and dyed stones can be damaged even by the mild acids like lemon juice.
Untreated ruby and even heat-treated ruby are very durable. Stones that have undergone lattice diffusion treatment have varying degrees of treated color penetration. In some stones, the treated color penetrates the entire stone, while others have very shallow treated color penetration. For stones with shallow color penetration, surface damage or recutting can remove color.
And we found that rubies can also be excavated in the United States, such as Georgia and the Pine Mountain, Laurel Hill Creek Mine, Montana, Rock Creek District, and in North Carolina as well, in the places such as Buck Creek, Markham Co. Was the company that found that one, the Coe Valley, Elijah District, and Franklin.